Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Merch Minds podcast episode number 33. Special edition episode, catching up with Yong at the Creative Pro Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Yong, say what's up.
Yo.
And before we start and catching up with Yong, just letting everybody know this episode is sponsored by Merch Candy. Go to designcandy.io and let them know that the friendly people at Merch Minds sent you. You get 2 free designs. So don't worry about coming up with different ideas, niche ideas, none of that stuff. They're ready to go. You just got to upload them to your Merch by Amazon account and you're good to go. So that is designcandy.io. We're talking to Yong, who is at the Creative Pro Week in Atlanta, Georgia.
In the dirty South. First of all, let me apologize to you guys. If it sounds echoey where I'm at, it's because the Airbnb unit that I'm staying at, it pretty much is empty. So there's a lot of echo in here. So I apologize in advance. But yes, I'm in the dirty South.
Mm-hmm.
And it is filthy in a good way. In a good way. Filthy. Dirty.
The dirty, filthy South.
The dirty South. No, it's, I've been here for 4 days now, and I've been having a good time. Spent the first couple of days just kind of exploring the city. Had an opportunity to hang out with a couple of members of the group.
Oh, yeah? Got to tell us about that.
Yeah. And then the last couple of days, been attending this conference. So, just been doing my thing. Networking, talking to a lot of people, and that's something that we're going to talk about here on this particular episode about networking. So, but yeah, we're going to talk about the meetup, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Saturday, this past Saturday. Today's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Had an opportunity to hang out with a couple of
Merch Minds. Yeah,
Merch Minds,
group
Facebook
people.
A couple of real cool members, man. Bash, Mr. Bash Holt, and Derek. I don't remember his last name, but Derek. So shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Derek.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bash.
And like I'm saying, man, it's whenever you can get together with like-minded individuals and just start talking about business, it's you learn a lot, right? You learn a lot. You talk about some of their strategies so that you can implement into your own personal business. Granted, we were about 4 margaritas in when we were talking, and by the end of the evening, we might have been slurring a little bit. But hey, we're grown adults. That's what we do. And but good time.
And before we get into the rest of the story, though, we have to talk about numbers, which you've been texting me daily on your
don't make it sound like I'm texting you daily, man.
Daily on your numbers.
Whatever.
And I gotta say, I am impressed. You are doing very, very good.
Yes.
Let everybody know how well you're doing.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want you to retract that comment. Okay, I'm not texting you daily. Maybe every other day, but not daily. Okay,
I ain't retracting nothing.
Okay, well, maybe this particular week I did text you daily, but
yes.
You don't need to go ahead and tell everyone that, okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead.
Numbers have been solid, probably better than ever. So yesterday, well, first of all, let me tell you guys where I'm at as far as how many products live that I have, okay? And this is proof, okay? And this is what I've been saying from the get-go, okay? It's not, I know a lot of you guys do the numbers game, and that's a good strategy. But I've always been saying it's always about the design. Design is prominent, okay? So a bunch of my shirts have been purged the last couple of days. So if you guys been listening the past few weeks, I've been averaging about 450 shirts. I'm down to 399 shirts, okay? I'm at the 1,000 tier. Yesterday, I sold 38 shirts in one day, most I ever sold, and I even beat you out, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And that was a first. I've never exceeded what Glenn sold in a day. So yesterday was a good day. Today I started off really good, right? I started off at 10 shirts like at 8 o'clock this morning, but all of a sudden it just stopped. I haven't sold a single shirt since. So I don't know, but numbers are solid. Uh, I haven't designed any shirts in probably the last week or so.
And
So
you haven't uploaded anything or
no, I mean, like I said, I've been in Atlanta for the last 4 days.
yeah.
I'm traveling back to California tomorrow. So, and again, so this is proof that, again, there's nothing wrong with playing the numbers game. Okay, I totally get that, but I've been saying from the get-go, and Glenn's been preaching this too, right? Design is always prominent. Okay, you don't need an 8,000 slot. It helps, but if you can just design a good T-shirt and you find that right niche, your numbers will improve.
And I'm kind of in the mix between doing the numbers game and trying to do better designs. And that's for a totally different story because we're not there yet because we're still talking about your numbers. But what do you kind of project? So now we have like 7 days left of this month or 8. What's today? 23rd.
Oh, gosh, man, you're asking the wrong person, man. I don't even know what time it is right now. But basically, you know what it is, man. I'm staying at this Airbnb, and I was telling you this yesterday. For some of you guys may know, I've had some lower back issues in the past, and the bed that I'm sleeping in it's a cheap mattress, man. It's lumpy and it's not comfortable, and my back's been like really aching. And then last night I was like, oh, F this, man. I was trying to sleep on the couch, and the couch isn't any better. So last night I slept on the floor, and by the time that I dozed off, it was like 3:30 in the morning. I missed like the first half of the conference today, and it's just a total mess. Um, but I don't even know why I got into that topic, to be honest with you. What the heck were we talking about?
we were talking about your projection for the next 8 days or 7 days, 8 days rest of this month.
Well, how the heck did I get?
But you got thrown off because of the Airbnb and the mattress and.
Okay, I just took a little sip of water.
Keep that back hydrated.
Yeah, but so I think I was projecting my numbers to be somewhere between 3,400 to 3,500 this month. Now, with that big boost of sales in the last couple of days, it could even be as high as 3,500 to 3,600, which is the most ever, right?
Yeah.
So with the 7-8 days left, who knows? I mean, I'm doing about 17 to 18 shirts average per day. So, and if you guys heard some of the previous podcasts, I'm trying to do about 20 a day, because if I can do 20 a day, I'll break that 4K mark per month as far as royalties.
So we're almost there, and that's the end of this month. So it looks like, man, June's already creeping up quick.
June's coming up real quick.
Yeah, so June's almost here, and then we had the full last week. We talked about copycats, all of that thing going on. Have you received any emails or anything yet regarding that and or your designs?
No emails, which is a good thing.
Have you checked your emails?
Every day. Every day. In fact, I'm on the computer now as we speak.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Glen.
So my numbers, I did get some more designs taken down. My last 7 days, it's the same thing that we talked about last episode, up and down, like, I was doing really, really good toward like another like 40 sale day. And then there was one of those days, I don't know what day it was, where I even looked on other people, like on Facebook, and everyone's like, what's going on today? Like it was where like I only had like 3 sales, like for almost the full, like probably until the afternoon of that day, like 3 sales. Like it's never been anything that low. Like I don't know what was going on. It did start like building up a little bit more, but I think I finished that day with like 16 sales. I think that was the day that you finished around like 14 or 15. Like it was a weird low day. And then another day it was like 20 sales, and then another day like maybe 20 sales, and then yesterday was a really good day, like 30 something sales. So I don't know, up and down this whole month, it's been really, really random. And one of the things that that me and Yang were talking about, that I was thinking, like, you know what, the conspiracy, you know, show that we talked about, we might have to bring this back, because I know now on the Facebook group, Bash posted on there that he was like, you know what, I think there has to be something about throttling sales, because how do you just dominate one day and then the next day it's just like, I had 3 sales and then 5, but the day before that 30 sales or 20 something sales. It just seems really, really weird. And Yong's like, there's just no way.
There, you know what? We actually talked about that
On the meetup, when you guys met up?
Yeah, and I personally don't believe in the whole throttling conspiracy. But Bash, and I, you know, to be honest with you, I don't even know what Bash thinks. But what he was saying was, even though he's uploading shirts, he's selling. What did he say? He said something about he's selling shirts. You know what? To be honest with you,
we're gonna have to get him on the show.
We're gonna have to get him on the show, because you know what? I think at that point I was about 3 margaritas in, and I can't remember some of the things that he had said, and yeah, don't try and have me quote what he said, because I can't remember anymore.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's the Merch Minds podcast, episode number 33.
We'll see you guys next week. See you guys next week. The show's over.
And this is why I think, though, that it is kind of like throttling in my case. I think that if you don't I don't know, people had this on the same thing with like YouTube, to where like if you're not logging in and you're consistently doing something every single day that has something to do with it, I just found it really, really weird that it just like everybody that we kind of talked to and that kind of posted their numbers and kind of asking, hey, what's going on today, all had low numbers that exact same day, but yet, 2 days later, all the numbers are back up and everybody's back up at the same time. Like, how does that happen? Like, it doesn't make sense.
So are you saying, like, if you upload more designs, you get more sales?
No, I'm saying that maybe if you upload, even if it's a small amount, as long as you're uploading something every single day, rather than, you know what, I'm going to design some designs like I've been doing. I was just kind of like designing designs ready to go, and then I'll upload them like 2 days out of the week, as many as I can. So maybe instead of just doing it 2 days, what if they're spread out every single day and you're active uploading new designs? So like today I have 20 sales and it's 3:46 here. Usually I have like a little bit less than that. I'm like at 14, maybe 15, and it kind of slowly grows from there. And then yesterday I uploaded like 10 designs. So now I'm just like every single day and try to upload designs. Doesn't matter if it's like a bunch of them. I'm going to see what happens. Every single day, upload designs, see if that changes anything for me.
You know what
I'll report back to this podcast.
I think that's a bunch of garbage, man. Okay.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, dude, look, I haven't uploaded any shirts in almost a week. And I've just got done telling you that I almost sold close to 40 shirts yesterday. I think, I'm telling you, man, I'm a firm believer of put up good quality designs and your stuff's going to sell. I firmly believe that. And you and I were talking. I think the days of just uploading random shirts, random designs just to fulfill your daily submissions, those days are coming to an end. Because Amazon doesn't want to see that crap, okay? They want good quality designs. And that's what I'm focusing on, okay? Good quality designs. I can currently upload, 15 shirts a day. there's days, again, there's days when I upload none, but when I do, there's days when I upload 3, maybe 5, but those 3 to 5 shirts are good quality designs. I'm done with trying to submit 15 days, man. I mean not 15 days, 15 shirts. Like I said, I think those days are slowly coming to an end.
And which is also weird too, because the ones that have been selling, at least today and yesterday, are like those text-based shirts that I didn't really try too hard on. And then the other ones that I did, kind of like, all right, I'm gonna slow my roll, work on this, make sure it looks really, really good. And then those haven't really sold yet. But those other ones that are just kind of like, well, let's see what happens. It's kind of like a fun text-based shirt. I know it didn't take too long to do it, but yet those are the ones that are selling. So I'm trying to like predict the market and see, but it just seems so random, especially this month.
Yeah, but I mean, and we talked about this, right, Glenn? I mean, even if it's just text-based, there's more than just typing something and saying it's done, right? I mean, a good example is on Saturday when I was meeting up with Bash and Derek. I actually showed them one of my designs, not on merch, but on Redbubble, all text-based, right? But I pointed out to them, look at the alignment. It's super clean. Look at the spacing in between each letter. They're even. Look at the spacing between, the fonts at the top and the bottom. They're even. And I promise you, 90% of the people who are creating shirts on merch, they're not doing that. And that's the thing. I don't care if you're doing text-based or not, but just, again, make sure they're good quality shirts. Understand, font selection. I mean, Derek even said, "Man, that's a clean shirt. That's something that I could see Nike selling, even though it had nothing to do with Nike." But I mean, but those are the comments that I'm getting, and I'm not here to try and brag or boast, but I'm telling you what Derek told me. He was really impressed. It was all text-based, but he was really impressed by the effort that I had put into this one design.
Interesting. We should probably show this design to teach some of the people and let them know.
Maybe. I'll think about it. But no, but Glenn, we've been preaching this since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's text-based, there's just so much more than just typing something and then saying it's done, right? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes. We talk about all that. I don't remember what episode, but we've covered that. So, but yeah, I mean, so your numbers, I mean,
I'm like slowly improving, getting back up to my original numbers. So, I mean, this month, I don't know if it's going to be lower than last or not, because it's been up and down. So I've had really, really good days and I've had kind of crappy days. So I really don't know. I guess projection. I know what I have made already. I guess from the sold ones from this month, totaling that up is like 3,800 or something. So
you're definitely going to break the 4K mark then, at least.
Yeah.
But it's just I guess it's now just trying to predict whether you're going to break the 5K mark, huh?
I don't think I will this one, because I did it last month. So I don't think I will this one, which will be somewhat of a decrease. But now I'm just trying to figure things out and I don't pretty much improve. So let's see what happens. And just different. I know you're in Atlanta right now. I'm trying to figure out other things and what I'm going to be doing next couple of months, where I'm going to be at. So I'll let everybody know, but I'm working on a couple of things on where I will be. But me and you have to meet up somewhere.
Yeah, no, and that's something that we talked about. Glenn and I, we're gonna do a trip sometime this year, most likely in fall. We haven't really talked about where we're gonna go, but I mean, obviously, we'll keep everyone posted on what we end up going, doing and where we go. But I've got people emailing me, and this is something that I've shared with you, I think yesterday or a couple of days ago. I mean, people are suggesting, what kind of meetups we should have, and but yeah, I mean, we're taking all that into consideration, and we'll definitely do something this year.
Yes, sir. All right. So now we're talking about the numbers, talking about what we kind of thought projection wise and everything. Let's talk about networking, meeting up with people out there.
Mhm.
You're after a couple of margaritas in, and your back hurting,
Yeah.
and lumpy beds,
Hey,
and sleeping on the floor. You also attended a conference.
a conference.
So where are we going to start off with? What, Saturday? Is that what your first day?
No, I got here.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't got there earlier.
I got here what, Friday? I got here late Friday night.
Wait, you said that I think that first day, like you were just super tired from like flights and I don't know what else.
Yeah,
Right?
for some, I've been on hundreds, if not thousands, of flights in my life. For some reason, that flight into Atlanta just wore me out, man. I was, well, number one, it was late. I mean, by the time I got in here, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. But for some reason, that flight just wore me out, man. I've never felt like that before. And I, checked into my Airbnb and I passed out, man. I was out. It was like 11 o'clock here, and I was like, whatever.
So then you well rested for the next day.
No, because that bed's lumpy. But I did meet up with Bash and Derek. Again, shout out to those two guys, good people. But yeah, so I'm out here for the Creative Pro Week conference, and if you guys never heard of it, this is a conference that they've been doing. I think they've been doing it for like about a year or two now. In the past, the conference was under a different. I'm not going to say it was under a different company or a group, but the same instructors, or many of the instructors, I should say, were teaching for another company that apparently got bought out. So now this is a new conference, but with the same speakers and instructors. And many of these instructors and speakers, you'll find them on lynda.com. They're world renowned speakers and instructors. Many of them I've met before from taking their classes and courses in the past, at conferences. And yeah, so we're going to talk about the importance of networking and we kind of talked about this when Chris Green was on the show a couple of weeks ago, right? I mean, I don't know. I keep talking about this, and I feel like I just need to drill this into people's head, because sometimes I feel like the mentality of how some people think, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Especially with this particular business model, right? And we talked about how we don't have anything tangible that we're selling, right? All we're doing is uploading designs and then having Amazon sell our products. So for this particular business model, we don't necessarily have write-offs, right?
Yeah.
So
or storage fees.
So why not, attend a conference? And I don't care what, this could be any business, right? Any conference, eBay, FBA, I don't know. If you're a software engineer, I'm sure they have software engineering conferences. But attend these conferences, because it's more than just going and listening to these speakers, but it's about networking, right? Well, who else is out there that's doing the same thing that I'm doing? And then again, having conversations, and then networking, and just dropping bomb knowledge amongst one another. And because in my opinion, that's probably one of the best ways you can learn, right? I mean, we all talk about how you're that person. What did they say? You're the person. You're the person, something about the 5% that you hang out. I don't remember the damn quote. You know what I'm talking about, man. But it's, I actually do believe that, man. I mean, if you're hanging out with people, just smoking and drinking or whatever, that's who you're gonna end up as. But if you're out talking and hanging out with people who have the same interests, for this particular case, it's design. Well, you're going to become that person. And but yeah, I mean, so I paid $1,000 for this
Mhm.
conference, and that's just the registration. I'm not including the Airbnb and the Uber and all that, but and the airfare. But this is money well worth it, man. I've met some really good people. I'm gonna, the week is still going. I'm not gonna stay for the rest of the week because the rest of the week, the conference is on InDesign. I haven't used InDesign since like 2005, so there's no reason, there's no reason for me to stay and learn about InDesign. But so technically, today is my last day of the conference, but I'm gonna meet up with some of the other attendees, and we're gonna again, we're gonna get together before I leave and just talk shop, share our knowledge. This is what I'm doing. Um, Maybe you guys should get into it too. But not just that. I mean, the instructors are great, man. I mean, Glenn, you obviously use Illustrator. You obviously use Photoshop.
Mhm.
My gosh, man. And hey, I'm no freaking Illustrator expert, man, but attending some of these classes, some of these talks, man, I feel stupid because some of these people, I mean, like I said, I mean, they're this is what they do. They teach courses on Illustrator and InDesign. They do stuff that I'm like, I'm just blown away, right? And
Yeah.
again, it's just, I'm like, oh my, I can't believe that, right? Some of the stuff that they're doing, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So even someone like Glenn and I, who, I mean, I think we're decent designers. Even us, I mean, we attend these conferences, and we learn something new all the time. It's, and I've been attending these conferences for over 10 years now, and every year I don't feel like I wasted a penny. I always feel like I get my money's worth. And
And
if and I'm sorry, but I know you're going to mention something, but let me just say one other thing before you ask some questions. Um, Here's the thing. So on Saturday, when Dirk and Bash and I were hanging out, okay, and this kind of goes back to the mentality that most people have, where they don't want to spend that money, right?
Mhm.
Um, I bought the first round of drinks. Each margarita was like $10. Okay,
Mhm.
I was like, and the good example that I gave them was people have a hard time paying for something that in return will help them with their business. A good example is Skillshare. We talked about Skillshare on this podcast many times. $10 a month, folks. Okay, $10 a month. I spent $10 on Saturday buying each of us a round of drinks each. Okay, and I don't get anything back in return except maybe a good buzz, right? But
Yeah.
that's how people think. It's like they don't want to spend money on their business, but yet they'll spend money on things like that, and it's just like and I told Bash and I told Derek, don't have that mentality. Um, be the person who's going to invest in your business, and if you do that and you take it seriously, you're going to see some serious results. Anyway, you have some questions?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was looking at, well, that's a great point too, because I know, and that could also happen with like reselling when it comes to that stuff too. Like, I remember when I was first started to like resell, find stuff at garage sales and stuff like that. When I would start making a little bit of money on eBay, and I
Hmm.
was like, okay, what are you gonna do with this money? Either you're gonna like, you could blow it on something stupid, or you can reinvest to buy more things to make more money.
Hmm.
Or yeah, you can get different courses or anything you can do to like, gain knowledge, help yourself. And that's totally the mindset that you have to have. Like if you're not learning more things, then really you're just going to stay the same. You're not going to grow in your business. And most of all, like you said, just wasting money. It is way easier just to waste money on not just like alcohol, but like food. I think food is like a huge thing. Going out to eat,
Yeah,
like
no,
weekends, like
I didn't mean to interrupt. I mean, that was just my example because that was
yeah.
exactly what I told him at that time, right? I was like, look, guys, I just spent $10 each buying you guys a round of margaritas, right? And most people think like that, right? They don't mind paying that $10 for a margarita. But wait, let me think about it for a second. You want me to pay $10 for a subscription that can help me with my business? I don't want to do that. That's the way people think. So that was the only reason that I used that example.
Yeah. And okay, so let's go to the conference. You did say quite a bit of InDesign that you're skipping,
Yeah.
but
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but the first day it looks like they had quite a bit of stuff with
They had a
Photoshop
lot
and
of stuff.
Illustrator. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you said you talked to. Hopefully, we don't butcher his name. Von Glitschka. Did I say his name? Is that close?
Yeah. So he's one of he was one of the speakers. In fact he had a bunch of classes the last couple of days. Good guy. If you guys never heard of him, go on lynda.com. He has a bunch of courses on there. Again, lynda.com, you do have to pay for it. So chances are you're not going to be able to watch all of his videos, but the guys are very well recognized within the design community. And I got to talking with him, and I don't want to, nothing's confirmed, but I'm trying to work with him on something. So that's all I'm going to say for now. But if it ever becomes confirmed, I would definitely share the news with you guys and let you know what we have planned. Um, but definitely, I talked to him. We sat down and spoke for about an hour after his talk on yesterday, actually. And so yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? I mean, you have access to people like this when you attend conferences, right? Um,
And
you
it
know,
looks like he had two talks. Like there was a
yeah,
spectacular and easy
he had a
type
couple of them.
effects, and there
Hmm.
was another one making iconic logos, creativity.
That was a real good one. Oh my gosh, I learned so much. That was a real good one. I mean, Glenn, if you were here, and by the way, man, please next time let's you and I attend one of these together.
Yeah.
But that was a real good one. Someone like you can definitely appreciate that particular talk because he talked about the whole process of creating a logo and a brand. And
Yeah.
so that was a real solid talk. But yeah, I know he's currently working on a project, and I told him, look, I have access to people who can possibly benefit from your particular project. Um, so we exchange information, and hopefully in the next few weeks, if things work out, I can have something for you guys that will really hopefully help you guys with um, your business ventures as far as design goes.
And I think one of the talks also was that kind of like got my interest was how to work more efficiently in Illustrator. And I think once someone kind of learns the basics, then keep going. I think one of the things you probably should learn, and I would look into this down the road, is getting the keyboard commands and getting very, very quick on that.
Hmm.
And you'll see a lot of time cut once you learn how to do like the command, copy, paste,
Hmm.
putting things, layering. All of these things should be a lot quicker once you get the keyboard shortcuts. So that's something I'll probably learn or look into once you've kind of learned a little bit more about Illustrator, if that's what you're using for your t-shirt designs. I think that would totally cut a bunch of time in your
And and
designs.
and some people might not know this, but you can create your own shortcuts.
Oh yeah, that's true. You
Yeah,
can.
yeah, you can create your own shortcuts. So that's something you guys might want to look into. But yeah, I mean, keyboard. I mean, they call it shortcut for a reason. It saves you time, seriously. But yeah, I mean, they had obviously I couldn't attend. So how it was set up, they had multiple talks
Yeah,
during
that's what it looks like.
during the same time slot. So you had to
Mhm.
basically pick and choose the ones that you wanted to, the ones that you were really interested in. And but yeah, Vaughn's, I went to both of his talks and they were just phenomenal. He's actually really funny too. I mean, his uh, the way he talks and the way he teaches everyone, he has a great sense of humor and just really fun guy. So and plus he doesn't live too far from California. He's up in Oregon,
Oh, okay.
so I'm sure if we do something, it shouldn't be too hard for us to communicate, especially since we're both on the West Coast, which is the best coast. But that's a whole nother topic.
So would you tell any of these high-end graphic designers about merch?
Well, so it was funny. I asked Vaughn. I was like, have you heard about merch? And he kind of looked at me and he said yes, but then he looked confused. But at the same time, he was drinking a bottle. I mean, oh, not a bottle, a glass of wine. So I don't know. I mean, this was like immediately after his talk, and he was drinking a glass of wine. You know, this was during the social hour that they hosted, and
A lot of this networking just sounds like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of cool information. Let's wash it down with alcohol,
just
and now
wash
we
it
don't
down with
remember
booze.
anything.
Just wash it down with booze. Hey man, we're grown adults. We can drink a couple adult cocktails if you want. Come on. But no, I think he said. To be honest with you, he said yes, but at the same time, he looked confused, and I think it was just one of those things where he was like, "I think I might have heard about it, but I might need some more information or something, right?" Uh, um, but I told him, I was like, "Look, what he told me about his project. Again, I can't tell you what it is because it hasn't been confirmed yet, but
Okay.
I think it's something. I mean, I obviously told you, Glenn, but I don't want to just. I don't want to. I don't want to mention something to the public and then not come through, right?
Yeah.
That just makes us look bad, right? So I want to again. I want to just stay in contact with him, and again, he's working on something that I think you guys could really benefit from. And if that's the case, at some point, hopefully in the next, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks, I'll let you guys know.
Very nice. And let me see. I just like to go see it on the little calendar and the other shows. There's another one, No Draw Art Building in Illustrator. That one seemed kind of cool. Um,
I didn't. Who was the speaker for that one?
Laura Coyle.
Oh yeah, no, that was a good one. That was a good one. And maybe I should just do a video for the group one of these days and just kind of, because I think, because it's a lot of the stuff that they explain to us during this conference is the same thing that you and I kind of tell our listeners, right? Like, don't overthink the process, right? Keep it simple, and that's been kind of like the core message of this whole conference is like, don't complicate things, keep it simple. And maybe I'll do like a quick video in the next few days. Again, I got to get back to California, and I got some things to do. But maybe in the next few days when I get back, I'll try and do something. But
So
yeah, I mean,
did they show you like hands-on training and anything, or did they just kind of
yeah,
do
no,
talks or?
everything's on. They're on the laptop. Everything's on the screen, so you get to see exactly what they're doing. Um, Again, I've been attending these for like close to 10 years now, right? Back then, like I said, they were being hosted by a different company, but apparently they got bought out. But I mean, like I said, I don't ever feel like I've never got my money's worth. Again, I mean, it's just, you're learning, and at the same time, you're networking. I mean, I've made some great connections. I met this guy from Miami. And I met another guy from upper New York State, all designers, and we're supposed to go out later tonight and just kind of have like one evening where we all hang out together and stuff. But these are connections that I've made. There's no $5 designs here, okay? Designers at these damn conferences. So don't even think about trying to attending one of these conferences and talking about, yo, can you design me a shirt for $5? Okay, there's none of that crap going on here. These are real, serious designers who pay good money to invest in themselves and further their careers as a designer. Okay, so none of that $5 stuff is going on here.
We're having some stuff spill over from last episode. You're still fired up. You're
I'm just
fired up
dude,
in Atlanta.
yo, dude. Hey, dude. I was telling Bash and Derek, man. It's if there's one thing that really pisses me off is when people try to take advantage of designers, and I told him, look, say what it is, man. But if my mission right now in life is to shut that crap down on Fiverr, man. That $5 design stuff ain't working. It's not working out.
So you're for the people. You want people to have high quality designs.
I want people to be successful, man. And I'm telling you, man, that $5 stuff it's not working, folks. And if that's the route you want to go to, well, just keep doing what you're doing. and we'll see at the end of the day who's making the most money.
Hey, it's not about money. It's about being happy. Just gonna your
Well,
face.
hey, you know what? What about my face, man? Why you making fun of me, dude?
You're just in your face right now, and I told you that. You're just like, don't even start with me right now with the graphic design stuff.
Don't be talking about my face like that, okay?
United, they're trying to get these graphic designers united as one to take on
Absolutely,
the Fiverr beast.
absolutely. But
And this is kind of random, but it's not in our group. This is actually in Chris Green's group. But did you see one of the posts? So some guy ended up it's actually really, really funny, and a lot of people were like a lot of comments on it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick and kind of explain it. So this guy put sometimes you just have to love Fiverr, right? So he says here he wanted to try Fiverr for designing some shirts to get an idea of how good the designers are. So he sent out a few ideas to a couple of designers, and one of them pretty much nailed it. I wrote him the following: I want a shirt with the text, "This is how I roll," with some roller skates as the image.
okay.
So the result that the guy got from this designer, he actually uploaded it just because it was so funny. He actually put the title as "Roller Skating Shirt Design Fail." So I know, but he actually uploaded it to merch because it was that funny, and it actually has like over 250 likes on this post. So the design actually says, "This is how I roll," with some roller, and then it has like rollerblades in the middle, skates as an image below the roller skates. So what happened was he described that's what that's what he wanted to say. This is how I roll,
Okay.
with some roller skates as an image. So what the designer did was he copied that whole sentence and he put that on the shirt. So the shirt actually says, "This is how I roll with some roller skates as an image."
Oh, Jesus, man. Okay. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, right?
It's hilarious.
Look,
You guys should check that out, though. It is pretty funny.
I haven't seen it, but here's the thing: when Bash and I and Derek were hanging out on Saturday, and again, I have to give those guys a shout out because they heard my whole rant about Fiverr. Okay, they heard my whole rant. I mean, my rant must have been like 45 minutes long. Okay,
And a little slurred.
A little slurry and very explicit. Okay, I'm dropping the F bomb because I'm telling you, man, that whole Fiverr thing pisses me off, right? It was really explicit, and they heard my full rant, and I'm gonna offer this to you guys. If you guys want to hear that full rant for yourself, go ahead and let me know, and maybe we'll do a whole podcast or a whole episode on that.
Like
I'm
a
serious.
not safe for work rant.
No, I mean, I'll clean it up and not drop any, not drop any F bombs. But
Did they clap after your rant?
No, but they were really impressed.
Okay.
I'll tell you that much. No, I mean, if you guys want to hear my whole thing about that, I mean, seriously, I can give you multiple reasons why not to use Fiverr. I mean, clearly we're getting off topic here, but if you guys do want to hear that, just go ahead and let me know. And if you get enough feedback and comments from people, maybe our next episode will be on that. But yeah, I mean, let's stick with the original topic, which is the importance of networking. But yeah, I mean, great people, but not just that, man. You attend conferences, you get cool swag. Cool.
What do you have there?
I got me a nice little coffee cup here. One of those little travel cup. What else do I have here? Oh, here's a glass cup. Okay, this is nice.
Very nice.
All right. It says Creative Pro Week Atlanta 2017.
Okay.
What else? I got my little bag here. Got me a little. Oh gosh darn it, dude! They gave me a coaster with the conference, and it's already chipped. Man, that sucks.
That. No respect.
No respect. What's going on here? But yeah, you get cool swag, and but and they're fun, right? And it gives you an opportunity to leave town and enjoy a city that you've probably never been to, like for instance, in my case, I've never been to Atlanta, so I came out here a couple of days early and took in the sights. So yeah, had a
Nice.
blast.
And so you're gonna be flying back tomorrow already?
Tomorrow, yes. My flight is what, 10 o'clock or 10:30, and so that means I'll have to be up by about 7:30. Shower, pack, um, you know, call Uber, and head to the airport. And God knows what the security line is going to be like. So who knows? So I want to try and get there a little early.
Okay, very nice. Well, thanks for the update on what you're doing out there. And it was good to talk about some of the numbers since it looks like you are doing very well. But we're going to find out about throttling and see if that even does exist. If my numbers start increasing a little bit,
I don't believe
we're
in
gonna
that, man.
talk about that.
I don't think any of our listeners are getting throttled, but
Okay, we'll talk about that.
we'll talk about that. But anything else before we shut it down, man?
I think we're good. Wanted to see what you were up to, and hopefully we can. Well, we can't say if and when we do have some type of project based off of this and your networking skills, but we'll let everybody know. And it was good to also meet up with a couple of people from the group, which I do want to meet with some people, and hopefully we can go somewhere later on this year.
Yeah, like I said, this is something that it's, and I'm being dead serious here. Glenn and I, we talk about this on a regular basis. Like, we really do want to reach out to you guys and have an opportunity to hang out with you guys. So I'm thinking somewhere in fall, we'll set something up. We'll pick a destination. We'll let you guys know in advance. Again, we don't know the size of it. It might be very small and intimate. Who knows? Maybe we'll do something big as the conference that I came to. No, it won't be that big. Trust me. But yeah, so definitely we'll keep you guys posted on that. And I almost forgot, before, you got to do some housekeeping, right? You got to do some housekeeping. If you guys want designs, okay, and trust me, I've seen them, I use them. I don't mind paying the price because I think they're really good designs. Check out my boy Travis. Tell him that we sent you, okay? It was originally Merch Candy, but he has a new URL. It is no longer merchcandy.com. Go to designcandy.io, okay? Again, designcandy.io. Tell him that we sent you. You will get 2 free designs just for signing up by dropping our name. Travis will take care of you. Glenn, you've seen the designs, man.
Yes, I have.
Good
I
design.
do like them. Yeah, I like them.
No, they're great.
They are highly detailed.
Like I said, I use them myself. So check them out. Again, that's designcandy.io. Tell them that Merch Mind sent you, and my boy Travis is going to take care of you. Let's see, what else? Where can people get a hold of you?
Hustler Hacks, the number 1 at gmail.com. Hustler Hacks on YouTube, and in the Facebook group Merch Minds. And you guys can also find me in the group, and you can email me at Yong, YONG, at geekhustle.com. And my website is obviously geekhustle.com. Check me out. Sign up for the newsletter, guys. I give out, I drop a lot of knowledge bombs. So I think you guys can really, really benefit from that. But other than that, I'm looking forward to my flight back home tomorrow, man. I'm tired. I want to sleep in my own bed, man. My back is jacked up. All right, yeah. Please let us know once you get back, and you can have your Creative Pro branded walker too to help you. Ooh, that'd be nice. All right, thanks guys for listening. We'll see you next week. Peace.